You ever have that feeling? You know the one? You're in a routine, it's comfortable, it's familiar, but there's this little question in the back of your mind that just won't go away. Is this it? So let's just get right to it. Is your daily routine actually helping you grow, or is it maybe quietly holding you back? This is the big question we're going to dig into today as we try to unpack this feeling of being, well, comfortably stuck. And there's a perfect word for this: sedentary. Now, we usually think of that in physical terms, right? A sedentary job, a sedentary lifestyle. But what happens if we apply it to our personal growth? A time in our lives when we're not really migrating, not actively pushing towards something new. We're just still. And that brings us to this idea of a sedentary life. Now, let's be super clear here. We're not talking about some huge crisis. We're talking about a plateau, that state where things are just fine, where just enough kind of becomes the new normal. So why on earth do we stay there? Well, the truth is, there's a real comfort in that stillness. It's predictable, it's safe, and honestly, it's just easier than the alternative. So let's explore why we so often choose to stay put, even when part of us is screaming for something more. I mean, this quote just nails it, doesn't it? It's not actively bad, the routine is working, it's not killing me, I don't feel like it's a wrench in my cog, and that's the trap. When nothing is technically broken, where do you even find the motivation to try and fix it? And you know what? This speaks to a very real, very modern thing. In a world that just demands so much from us all the time, sometimes just keeping afloat feels like a massive victory. And you know what? Sometimes it really is more than enough. But underneath that feeling of enough, there's often this quiet little whisper. Everything is fine as is. It's not extraordinary. And there are moments that I want that for myself. And it's right there, in that gap between fine and extraordinary, that all the tension lives. The desire is absolutely there, but the path to get there feels completely invisible. And this feeling, it often builds into something much deeper. It isn't just about not having a clear path forward. So often there's this hidden weight, this really powerful fear of what might happen if we actually try to move. It's the fear of falling. And it really breaks down into a few specific anxieties that can just bind us to our current spot. The fear of burnout, the fear of judgment from other people, and maybe the most powerful one of all, the lingering pain from failures in the past. Wow, this quote just cuts right to the heart of that burnout anxiety. Did you catch the wording there? It's not just the reality of being drained, it's the fear that it will happen. And that anticipatory dread can be just as paralyzing as actually burning out. It can stop us dead in our tracks before we even start. So all of this creates this constant internal tug of war. On one side, you've got this incredibly powerful pull to just stay safe, driven by that fear of burning out or falling flat on your face again. But on the other side, there's that persistent little push to grow, that deep desire for something extraordinary. And this is just such a raw and honest admission, isn't it? I've fallen many times before, and I guess I'm just afraid to fall again. Those past attempts that didn't quite work out, they leave scars. And those scars can make the simple thought of trying again feel so incredibly risky, so painful. And here's the kicker. Even when we know the logical answer, right? Just take it slow, one step at a time. That emotional weight from past experiences can completely override our logic. It makes any effort, no matter how small you try to make it, feel absolutely monumental. Okay, but what if? What if we've been looking at this whole thing the wrong way? Now's the time to completely reframe this experience. We're going to shift our perspective from stagnation to potential and explore this amazing idea of quiet, loud possibility. This brings us to a really powerful reframe. Just let this one sink in. Even the quietest moments are loud with possibility. What if what feels like emptiness is actually just full of potential? So here's the crucial shift in thinking. Stillness isn't emptiness. It's preparation. Think about a plant in the middle of winter. On the surface, everything looks completely dormant, still, maybe even dead. But underneath all that, underground, it's gathering energy, it's building strength, it's preparing for spring. Your quiet moments can be exactly the same, a time of unseen but absolutely vital preparation. So what does this actually look like? Well, think of it in 3 parts. First, right now, your life is full of potential energy. It's not gone, it's just stored, waiting for a spark.
Second, never forget that everything can change with a single decision, a single move. That shift can be so sudden. And third, this quiet period you might be in, it is not a waiting room. It's your time to actively prepare for that moment.
So look, at the end of the day, this isn't some 5-step plan to get unstuck. It's really about offering a new language, a new way to think, so you can understand and be compassionate with yourself during these quiet, sedentary periods of your life. So, I'll just leave you with this question to think about. Instead of always asking yourself how to break out of your routine, maybe try asking this instead. What possibility is hiding in your quiet moments? What are you preparing for right now, even if you don't realize it yet?